The world can be changed by what starts here. To help you on your path toward a better world, I offer a few suggestions. Though I learned these lessons while serving in the military, I assure you it does not matter if you never wore a uniform. It does not matter your gender, ethnic or religious background, your orientation, or social status. Our struggles in this world are similar, and the lessons for overcoming them, for moving forward, for changing ourselves and the world around us, apply equally to everyone. Here, then, are 10 lessons I took from basic SEAL training that I hope will serve you as you move through life. Each morning during SEAL training, my instructors, all Vietnam veterans, would appear in my barracks room. First, they would inspect my bed. Done correctly. The corners were square, the covers pulled tight, the pillows centered neatly beneath the headboard, and the extra blanket folded at the foot of the rack. A simple task, mundane, really. Yet every morning we had to make our beds perfectly. At the time it seemed almost ridiculous, especially for those of us aspiring to become hardened warriors, battle-ready SEALs. But the wisdom in that small act has proven itself to me again and again. Make your bed every morning, and you will have completed the day's first task. It will give you a small sense of pride and encourage you to accomplish another, then another, and another. By day's end, that one finished task will have multiplied into many. Making your bed also reinforces that the little things matter. If you cannot do the little things right, you will never do the big things right. And if you happen to have a miserable day, you will return home to a bed that is made. A bed that you made. A made bed gives you hope that tomorrow can be better. So if you want to change the world, start each day with a task completed. Start by making your bed. Music. In SEAL training, students are divided into boat crews. Each crew has 7 members, 3 on each side of a small rubber boat and 1 coxswain to guide it. Every day, your boat crew lines up on the beach and is told to get through the surf zone and paddle several miles down the coast. During winter, the surf off San Diego can reach 8 to 10 feet, and it is extremely difficult to paddle through the crashing waves unless everyone pulls together. Every paddle stroke must sync with the coxswain's count. Everyone must push with equal effort, or the boat will turn into the wave and be thrown back onto the beach. To reach its destination, the boat needs every person paddling. You cannot change the world alone. You will need help from friends, colleagues, the goodwill of strangers, and a strong coxswain to guide you. If you want to change the world, find someone to help you paddle. After several tough weeks, my SEAL class, which began with 150 men, was down to 42. We formed 6 boat crews of 7. I was assigned to a crew with the tall men, but the best boat crew we had was made up of the smaller guys, the Munchkin crew, we called them. No one stood over 5'5". That boat crew included 1 American Indian, 1 African American, 1 Polish American, 1 Greek American, 1 Italian American, and 2 tough kids from the Midwest. They out-paddled, outran, and outswam every other crew. The bigger men in other crews would always joke good-naturedly about the tiny fins the Munchkins strapped to their small feet before each swim. Yet somehow, these men from every corner of the country, and the world, always had the last laugh, reaching the shore long before the rest of us. SEAL training was a great equalizer. Nothing mattered except your will to succeed, not your color, ethnic background, education, or social status. If you want to change the world, respect everyone. Measure people by the size of their heart, not the size of their flippers. Several times each week, the instructors would line up the class for a uniform inspection. It was extremely thorough. Your hat had to be perfectly starched, your uniform immaculately pressed, your belt buckle shining without a smudge. But no matter how much effort you put into starching, pressing, or polishing, it never seemed good enough. The instructors always found something wrong. Failing inspection meant running, fully clothed, into the surf. Then, soaked head to toe, you rolled on the beach until you were completely covered in sand. We called it becoming a sugar cookie. You remained in that uniform the rest of the day, cold, wet, and sandy. Some trainees could not accept that their effort seemed in vain, that no matter how hard they tried, their uniform was never approved. Those students did not make it through. They did not understand the purpose. You were never going to succeed. You were never going to have a perfect uniform. The instructors would not allow it. Sometimes, no matter how well you prepare, or how well you perform, you still end up a sugar cookie. That is just how life is sometimes. If you want to change the world, accept that life is not always fair, then move forward. Get over being a sugar cookie and keep going. Each day of training brought multiple physical tests, long runs, long swims, obstacle courses, hours of calisthenics. Each event was designed to push you, with set standards and times you had to meet. If you failed to meet them, your name went on a list. At the end of the day, those on the list were invited to a circus. 2 extra hours of calisthenics meant to wear you down, break your spirit, and make you quit. No one wanted a circus. It meant you had not measured up that day. It meant more fatigue, and more fatigue made the next day harder and more circuses likely. Yet at some point, every trainee made the circus list. Something interesting happened to those who were on it frequently, though. Over time, The students doing extra calisthenics grew stronger. The pain of the circuses built inner resilience and physical toughness. Life is full of circuses. You will fail, probably often. It will be painful, discouraging, and it will test you to your core. But if you want to change the world, do not fear the circuses. Do not be afraid to fail, and fail often. At least twice a week, trainees had to run the obstacle course. It contained 25 obstacles, including a 10-foot wall, a 30-foot cargo net, and a barbed wire crawl. But the most demanding was the slide for life. It had a 3-tiered 30-foot tower at one end and a single-tiered tower at the other, connected by a 200-foot rope. You climbed the 3-tiered tower, grabbed the rope, swung underneath it, and pulled yourself hand over hand to the far side. The course record had stood for years when my class began in 1977. It seemed unbeatable, until one day a student went down the slide for life headfirst. Instead of swinging beneath the rope and inching along, he bravely climbed on top and thrust himself forward. It was dangerous, seemingly foolish, and full of risk. Failure could mean injury and removal from training. Without hesitation, he slid down the rope at a perilous speed. What usually took minutes, he did in half the time, and by the end, he had broken the record. If you want to change the world, take risks. Sometimes you have to slide down the obstacles headfirst. During the land warfare phase, trainees were flown to San Clemente Island off the coast of San Diego. The waters around San Clemente are a breeding ground for great white sharks. To pass training, you must complete a series of long swims. One is the night swim. Before it, the instructors cheerfully brief you on all the shark species inhabiting the waters near San Clemente. They assure you, though, that no student has ever been eaten by a shark, at least not that they recall. But you are also taught that if a shark begins circling you, stand your ground. Do not swim away. Do not act afraid. And if the shark darts toward you, summon all your strength and punch it in the snout. It will turn and swim away. There are many sharks in the world. If you hope to complete the swim, you must deal with them. So if you want to change the world, face down the bullies. Do not back down from the sharks. As Navy SEALs, one of our tasks is to conduct underwater attacks on enemy shipping. We practiced this extensively during training. In the ship attack mission, 2 SEAL divers are dropped outside an enemy harbor and swim over 2 miles, underwater using only a depth gauge and a compass to reach the target. Through most of the swim, even deep down, some light filters through. It is comforting to know there is open water above. But as you near the ship, tied to the pier, the light begins to fade. The ship's steel structure blocks the moonlight, the street lights, all ambient light. To succeed, you must swim beneath the ship and locate the keel, the center line, the deepest part. That is your objective. But the keel is also the darkest part, where you cannot see your hand in front of your face, where the ship's machinery is deafening, and where it is easy to become disoriented and fail. Every SEAL knows that beneath the keel, in the darkest moment of the mission, is when you must stay calm. You must be calm, composed, and bring all your tactical skill, physical power, and inner strength to bear. If you want to change the world, step up when times are toughest. You must be your very best in the darkest moments. The 9th week of training is called Hell Week. It is 6 days without sleep, constant physical and mental harassment, and one special day at the mudflats. The mudflats lie between San Diego and Tijuana, where runoff creates the Tijuana Sloughs, a swampy area where the mud swallows you completely. On Wednesday of Hell Week, you paddle down to the mudflats and spend the next 15 hours trying to survive the freezing cold, the howling wind, and the relentless pressure from the instructors to quit. As the sun set that Wednesday evening, my class, having committed some serious infraction, was ordered into the mud. The mud consumed each man until only our heads were visible. The instructors said we could leave if just 5 men quit. Only 5, just 5, and we could escape the oppressive cold. Looking around the mudflats, it was clear some were close to giving up. The sun would not rise for another 8 hours, 8 more hours of bone-chilling cold. The sound of chattering teeth and shivering moans was so loud it was hard to hear anything. Then, one voice began to echo through the night. One voice singing, out of tune but full of spirit. One voice became 2, then 3, and soon the whole class was singing. The instructors threatened more time in the mud if we kept singing, but we sang on. And somehow, the mud felt a little warmer, the wind a little softer, and dawn not so far away. If I have learned anything traveling the world, it is the power of one person. Washington, Lincoln, King, Mandela, even a young girl from Pakistan, Malala. One person can change the world by giving people hope. So if you want to change the world, lift up the downtrodden. Start singing when you're up to your neck in mud. Finally, in SEAL training there is a bell, a brass bell hanging in the center of the compound for all to see. To quit, all you have to do is ring it. Ring the bell, and you no longer wake up at 5 a.m. Ring the bell, and you no longer endure freezing swims. Ring the bell, and you no longer face the runs, the obstacle course, the PT, the hardships of training. All you have to do is ring the bell to get out. If you want to change the world, asterisk asterisk never, ever ring the bell. Asterisk asterisk. Asterisk asterisk never give up. Asterisk asterisk. It will not be easy. Start each day with a task completed. Find someone to help you through life. Respect everyone. Understand that life is not fair and that you will fail often. But take risks. Step up when times are toughest. Face down the bullies. Lift up the downtrodden. And never, ever give up. If you do these things, the next generation and those that follow will live in a world far better than today's. And what started here will indeed have changed the world for the better. Thank you very much.